Zambia's Luangwa Valley has a new queen, Olimba. This audacious young leopard has just usurped Kamuti, the aging monarch who ruled this place for 10 years. Olimba has won her first territory. Now, she's got to keep it. Challenges are everywhere. She must keep other female leopards out and avoid predators more powerful and more numerous. Olimba must work tirelessly, day and night, to keep her territory intact and secure her future. And she must do this all on her own. Somewhere, hidden deep in the woods, is a very tired young leopard named Olimba. She's been a nomad for the past year, scouring the Luangwa Valley for a territory to call her own. At just 3 years old, she's finally claimed one. Now she can settle down, and her new home is every leopard's dream. Covering just 10 square kilometers, it's relatively small, but this is no ordinary hunting ground. It has everything Olimba needs. And what this furtive feline needs most of all is to stay hidden. She must slink through the shadows unnoticed. Here, she can do just that, thanks to a very special feature at the heart of her territory, the gully. Carved by a river that only flows for a few months of the year, it meanders from east to west, cutting a swathe through the finest grazing grounds in the Luangwa Valley. In this secret hideaway, Olimba can melt into the land until she's ready to launch an ambush. The grass around here is irresistible to hundreds of animals, including Olimba's favorite food, antelope. Lillian's lovebirds, Africa's smallest parrot, flock here in their hundreds to pick up seeds. Baboons cherish this place too. Grass accounts for half their diet. These primates are very much on Olimba's menu. She can hunt them at night whilst they sleep in the treetops. But out here, in the daylight, they can relax. There are eagle-eyed sentries everywhere. A seasoned leopard knows to avoid baboons in daylight at all costs. Security is always on high alert. But Olimba is young, hungry and green. The prospect of what seems an easy meal is too tempting. All she must do is find a spot where the antelope are close to the gully's edge. Every predator has an optimal distance from which they can launch an attack. Otherwise, they'll be outrun by their prey. Olimba must get to within 5 meters before pouncing. Close is never close enough for a hunting leopard. A male puku is almost within range. she must do is wait for him to edge just that little bit closer. But her cover's blown. Thanks to the prying eyes of a baboon. It's a rookie error. She's lost a potential meal, and now she's the center of attention. There's no point staying put, but the baboons won't let her out of their sight. A posse forms, armed with razor-sharp canine teeth, 5 centimeters long. Olimba can overpower one baboon, but she's no match for an army, and she knows it. Right now, she's extremely vulnerable. She mustn't show fear, or they will attack. The 3 large males leading the advance could kill her. But they're wily enough to know that in the inevitable flurry of teeth and claws, they wouldn't come out unscathed. It's stalemate. Olimba holds her ground, and the baboons station guards to keep an eye on her. She'll keep a low profile and wait until nightfall, when under the cover of darkness, she'll regain her advantage. It's been a valuable lesson for the young leopard, who's still learning to fend for herself. Her predecessor here was 10 years older. Kamuti was a wise old leopard who had honed her hunting skills in the gully. She knew every inch of her territory inside out. From the endless patchwork of antelope-filled plains to the mighty Luangwa River that borders them to the west. Using guile and stealth, Kamuti reigned supreme here for 10 extraordinary years. But she was no match for her rival. With youth on her side, Olimba took over the reins. She has a lot to live up to. Like Kamuti, she must get to know every inch of her new territory, like the back of her paw. If she rests on her laurels, she risks a rude awakening. There are many dangers here to contend with. She unwillingly shares her territory with numerous lions. They're a force to be reckoned with. At 150 kilos, an adult male weighs 5 times what she does. And unlike the solitary leopard, these predators have strength in numbers. There are 16 lions on Olimba's patch, the Nsefu pride. And if they cross paths, she's as good as dead. The opportunities for carnivores here mean that it's rife with thieves. Hyenas are proficient hunters, but are scavengers too. Although they're less of a threat to Olimba's life, they'll take any opportunity they can to steal her kills. Wild dogs also roam this valley, each half the size of a leopard. What wild dogs lack in stature, they make up for in strategy. Working together as a pack, they hunt the same prey as Olimba and won't tolerate her if she gets in the way. She can avoid most danger by using her exceptional climbing skills. But there's one threat she can't escape by taking to the trees. Another leopard. Just like Kamuti, she could face a challenger any time. She may have won a territory, but now she needs to hang on to it. Every day she sets off to patrol her borders, to lay out, in no uncertain terms, where her land begins. Her call is a warning to any rival within 3 kilometers. But it won't reach the extremities of her domain. Most communication is chemical. Urine, infused with secretions from her anal glands, leaves a pungent reminder that this land is hers. Her messages last for several days. But it'll take her that long to patrol the perimeter. The Luangwa Valley has the densest population of leopards in Africa, averaging 4 for every 16 square kilometers. Doing her rounds takes time that could otherwise be spent hunting. But with so many other leopards nearby, it's a job that simply can't be ignored. She must stake her claim to every important landmark. The patrols help her to get to know her new territory. But as sunset approaches, she finds herself somewhere she's never been before. A small ebony grove by the river. It's been a tiring day. It's almost too much bother to hunt. A genet takes full advantage of the cover of darkness. It can eat lizards and rodents, but insects such as grasshoppers and moths make up half its diet. Olimba's not above eating insects either, but she's hungry and sets her sights on something a little bigger. Impala. She needs to close the gap to within 5 meters of her prey. Her soft paw pads let her move in almost total silence. And her eyesight is 8 times more powerful than a human's, so she can see well in the dark. But there are some things she has no control over. A change in wind betrays her scent. It's unfortunate for the young leopard. And now, alarm calls mean that every animal around here will be on high alert. To stand any chance of eating tonight, she needs to move on. Even if it means moving deeper into uncharted territory. She ventures beyond her own scent-marked border. With only 2 hours till sunup, she locates another herd. This time, she waits for her prey to come to her. She's learning. Patience must be part of every leopard's playbook. She sees an opportunity. The adult impala could keep her going for a week. If she gets to keep it. The Nsefu pride is on the prowl. If the lions get wind of her kill, they'll steal it. But they're focused on something else. A pair of sleeping warthogs, oblivious to the danger. With the lions distracted, Olimba seizes her chance to make a getaway. A warthog is already a small meal for a large family. And there are some unwelcome guests. Hyenas have been trailing the lions all night. They're bold, and now they want in on the action. Excited hyenas are the noisiest animals in Luangwa. Their calls will draw other hyenas in like a magnet. Olimba's in trouble. She's exhausted from her hunt. Her kill weighs over 50 kilos, and the place will soon be swarming with scavengers. She must move it to safety now. Even the lions aren't safe with hyenas in numbers. Time is running out. Olimba's made it to the edge of the clearing, but the impala carcass is far too heavy to take up a tree. She quickly eats what she can. More and more hyenas arrive by the minute. It's only a matter of time before they sniff out her kill too. It's not worth the fight. For her own safety, she must abandon it and head back to a place she knows better. The previous night's outing will provide another valuable lesson. Olimba must quell the urge to explore beyond her boundaries. Her territory has everything she needs. And by straying too far, she left the door open to neighboring leopards. She doesn't know it yet, but there's a stranger in one of her favorite resting places. Three years older than Olimba, this female is strong and on a mission. She's in estrus and has trespassed onto Olimba's patch in the search for a mate. Hormones and pheromones mixed with her urine make her intentions clear. By spreading her scent far and wide, she broadcasts her presence to any males passing through. And, judging by the smell on this dead tree, there's a good prospect very close by. It's a male with a huge territory that overlaps with Olimba's. He's a successful hunter and the father of many cubs already. But he's always looking to sire more. Other leopards can detect his pungent calling cards from 30 meters away. The trespassing female is already on his trail. It's only a matter of time before she tracks him down. 3 kilometers away, Olimba has yet to discover she's got company. She has more fundamental problems to deal with. She's made another kill. But how do you get a cumbersome carcass up a tree when it doesn't seem willing to comply? She knows only too well that leaving it on the ground risks losing it to scavengers. Leopards are immensely strong for their size, but it's a lot of effort for a tired young female. The prospect of a little nap is just too tempting. The female trespasser is only 2 kilometers north of Olimba, and she's making herself very much at home. A lone male puku hasn't spotted her. Without the eyes and ears of the herd to protect him, this should be a simple hunt. But it's the puku's lucky day. She's more intent on finding a mate. Her search is taking her deep into Olimba's territory. Suddenly, she senses danger. Survival instincts kick in, her dappled coat blending with the grass. The hyena seems to be guarding something, possibly a den. It can smell the leopard, but can't see her. She mustn't move a muscle. More trouble turns up. Wild dogs, mid-hunt. There's no chance of staying hidden now. She must make a break for the trees. Wild dogs and leopards are fierce competitors, and therefore enemies. But she's beyond their reach. For the dogs, this is a useful game. A spot of leopard baiting reinforces the bonds between pack members. But it also wastes precious hunting time. Eventually they move on, and she's free to go. She edges ever closer to Olimba. In the Luangwa Valley, every leopard has leopard neighbors. Over time, they get to know each other by smell and learn to respect each other's borders. But Olimba has only recently gained control of this territory. The scent of any female is a major concern, especially when it's fresh. The invader is very close by. Olimba may have to fight to keep this land. The trespassing female has finally found the male. For these usually solitary cats, it's a rare moment to spend some time together. And this won't be a one-night stand. While the courting couple cozy up, Olimba must get to grips with life here on her own. She left her mother's side little more than a year ago, and she still shows signs of naivety. Valuable opportunities pass her by. But she's a fast learner. And with every passing day, she hones the skills she needs to survive. But even a grown-up leopard has a playful side. The gully has provided the perfect training ground. And today looks like a good day to put what she's learned into practice. Rolling in dust infused with the urine of her prey helps cover her scent. No two hunts at the gully are the same. She must adapt her technique according to the environment. Today, everything's in her favor. There's very little wind. There are no baboon sentries on duty. And most of the impala have their backs to the gully. Sometimes it's good to wait. But today, it's about seizing the opportunity. With her growing success, the hyenas have learned this is the place to come for an easy meal. They're becoming the bane of Olimba's life. She may have mastered the kill, but she has yet to learn how to defend it. Bigger and with bone-crushing teeth, the hyena could do her serious harm. But Olimba's getting much more savvy. This isn't over yet. Now it's the hyena's turn to try to move the meal to safety. Olimba watches and waits. The hyena could eat a third of its body weight in one sitting, but instead moves off, taking only what it can carry, an impala stomach full of grass. For Olimba, reclaiming a kill from a hyena is a major success. Not far away, the male leopard takes a short break from his courtship with the female interloper. To ensure ovulation and increase his odds of fertilization, he must mate her as many times as possible. Over the past 5 days, that's been more than 200 times. Calling to her signals he's ready for more. But drawing attention to yourself out here is dangerous. The approaching lions will kill him without hesitation. So he makes a dash for his safest option. Up. The female slinks off as well. The lions have her mate trapped. And with their proclivity for sleeping, up to 18 hours a day, he could be there sometime. She's enjoyed 5 days with him. For a leopard, that's a long relationship. It's time to leave and head back to the relative safety of her own territory. In the afternoon, guinea fowl head towards the river near the gully. Groups of up to 20 birds move as one unit. They never get tired of walking or talking. If one gets separated, it panics, making a racket loud enough to rouse a sleeping leopard. Not a clever move when you're potential cat food. By sundown, the guinea fowl are all heading for their roost. They choose the outer branches of the very tallest trees, beyond the reach of a hungry cat. These thin twigs should keep them safe tonight. A new moon will provide Olimba with a cloak of darkness to hunt under. She attempts a short nap before the long night ahead. But the noisy neighbors get her up for work. Olimba's learned that to hold on to her throne, she must scent mark day and night. She sprays the largest trees, or any with comfortable branches more than 3 meters from the ground. They're the ones most likely to be visited by another leopard. Something in the biggest tree piques her interest. She's found the guinea fowl. They've settled down for the night and are more than 30 meters up. it's a long way to go for a midnight snack. But Olimba makes scaling the vertical trunk look effortless. Her body is built for climbing. Her short back legs are packed with muscles that propel her upwards. And her strong 5-centimeter claws grip the bark. Guinea fowl have lousy night vision, and they can't fly very far. But they do have lightning-fast reactions. It's a wasted effort. The call of another leopard cuts through the night air. This is something she cannot ignore. It's the male. Since escaping the lions, he's been trying to re-establish contact with his mate. The last thing he's expecting is Olimba. She flirts provocatively. She's coming into estrus too, and keen to impress. But after a marathon bout of mating, over 40 times a day, for 5 days straight, he could be forgiven for seeming less than motivated. She tries everything she can to make this opportunity count. For Olimba, every encounter with a male will be fleeting, but try as she might, he is having none of it. He has a huge territory to defend, 4 times that of Olimba's, and decides to move on. She's been unlucky this time, but one day she'll be a mother. She's already an accomplished hunter, and by then will have plenty of skills to pass on. From a young nomadic female with no territory of her own, Olimba has come a long way. She's claimed and maintained one of the best territories in the Luangwa Valley, and she has no intention of giving it up. There will always be trials, but with every passing day, she gets stronger and wiser. She's mastered the gully and is learning to hold on to her hard-won gains. She's all set to rule this place for many years to come.